A lot. Job's still going at it. Even after he's heard from his friends, Eliphaz and Bildad. Verse 2, I will say to God, do not condemn me. Show me why you contend with me. Now, I want to be clear about this word contend. It can also mean strive. What's that referring to? We've seen it before. I will not strive with man, he says in Genesis 6, 1 through 5, in the days of Noah. Therefore, his years shall be 120. Even the man wrestled with Jacob, which we know was pre-incarnate Christ. You have successfully prevailed against both God and man. The Christophany said, the pre-incarnate Christ said. Now, I believe what this is referring to is simply the will of man, because we are no competition for God. That is a fight we have already lost. So any back and forth is what? And it goes to show how powerful God is. And think about it. What kind of power is required to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, but you restrain yourself because of your word? That's nuts. That's ridiculous power. God has always been a God who's placed his word above his ability. God's not a show off. There are so many things he could do based on his ability, being that he has all ability, but he doesn't do them because of his word. That's impressive. Can you say that about yourself? If you had all ability, think about it. If you could do anything at any time solely based on your ability, would you be able to restrain yourself from exercising that ability because of the importance of your word? That's heavy. That's heavy. So God, what? He strives with what? The will of man. Because of his word, because of his system. When you see that contending, man and God contending with one another, once again, no contest if it's solely based on ability. But it's not an ability-based contention. Like Deuteronomy 30:19, I've set before you life and death. I mean, God's a life God. Why doesn't he just make us all choose life? He tells us, though, to choose life, that it will be well for us and our descendants after us. There's no God like our God. If you read about the gods in mythology, some of them are benevolent, but those same benevolent gods can be malevolent. They can be wicked. They can be selfish. Not our God. That's why he's above the rest. Verse 3, does it seem good to you that you should oppress, that you should despise the work of your hands and smile on the counsel of the wicked? Job, what are you doing? What are you talking about? If God truly despised the work of his hands, he despises sin. But if he truly despised the work of his hands, there would have been no contingency plan, no plan for salvation, no plan to redeem man, to place man back in his proper position with God. Verse 4, do you have eyes of flesh, or do you see as man sees? Are your days like the days of a mortal man? We know the answers to these questions. Are your years like the days of a mighty man? I love what happens here. Job asks God all these questions, and then later on, God's going to ask Job some questions.